What do you own an absurd number of? Elephants. Not real ones, but I made the mistake of telling people I collect them. Never again. Games on Steam that I have never and likely will never play. Pins that I have mistakenly brought home from work, yet always forget to bring back. Candles. I am very picky about lighting and I'm never satisfied with how my room is lit, except if I use candles, then it's just exactly perfect. Also I love fire, so they're very pleasing to look at. Hair in my nose and ears. I don't know what my 40s have in store for me that requires so much hair in these places, but I'm certainly prepared for it. Clocks and lamps, most of which I've made myself. Mostly empty notebooks, journals, notepads, composition books, etc. I swear these things are breeding. Notebooks, journals, notepads, sketchbooks, etc. I collect newspapers in different languages. So far I'm at 53. It's not an exorbitant amount, but I feel like the obscurity of the collection means the higher the number the weirder it sounds. But I'm so proud of it. Pairs of scissors. I swear, they are liminal objects. They're never around when I need them. So I bought a pair for each room in the house. I still can't find the damn things when I need them. But at least now I can find them when I don't need them. Old calculators. I have several with Nixie tubes, which impresses my friends, but I like the mechanical ones even better, especially the ones with a lever. I own an absurd amount of napkins from fast food restaurants. When I ran out of TP, I put those under the sink and used them. ## bachelor life. Screens. I have 6 connected to my PC. Filled sketchbooks. I have filled 37 sketchbooks in the past 4 years. Your average person would say that I have an absurd number of different caliber bullets. At one point I had a pretty absurd number of 3D printers for a single person to have, that's not using them for manufacturing, but I cut back from 7 to just 2. Right now I think I have an absurd amount of pretzels because the Amazon shipper messed up, and rather than sending me the 5-pack of 10 ounces bags, they send me the 5-pack of 1-pound bags. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to finish these before they expire. Library cards. I have 3 active ones across 3 states, and decided to start collecting them from there. The looks librarians give you when you ask for a non-activated library card because you collect them is great. Me and my husband probably own like 15K of Magic cards. Best parts is, that's fucking nothing compared to some people. Anxieties. Munchkin card games and expansions. Plastic bags that I keep in a bigger plastic bag cause they'll come in handy next time I need to get groceries. Then I forget to bring one cause I'm an idiot and have to buy a fucking new one. The new one will then be stuffed in the bigger plastic bag when I get home. And the cycle continues. Leggings. I own more than I should, but I just love collecting the colors. Guitar picks. People in my basement. Lip balms. Pill bottles. Chronic illnesses suck. Anybody need some pill bottles? I've got so freaking many. Tip envelopes. I've shot over 10,000 Japanese weddings, and once in a while they give me a tip envelope with cute designs from Japan. So I kept all of them. Probably near 1,000 of them. Waifu pillows. VHS tapes, 1,500 of them. Makeup brushes. Scrunchies and earrings. Dumbass friends. Bras I own, but don't wear. Sweaters. I have 161 of them. Here is an album, https://imager.com/a/lc2d1j of them all, and my goal is to one day have enough that I can wear a different one each day of the year. The average person would say I have an absurd amount of frisbees. For someone who plays disc golf, I feel that 50 is on the low end. Movies on Blu-ray and 4K UHD Blu-ray. Laptops. I used to repair and sell them, now I have a bunch of them. Also a bunch of older computer parts. I own about 20 remote-controlled helicopters from 250 size up to 800 size. Body lotion. Aveeno. I have 4 full bottles of it, but I am not sure how I got 4 bottles. Carnivorous plants. Aortic valves. I own 2. Art supplies, like watercolors, pigment liners, pencils, etc. Proof: https://imager.com/a/4f2 Books. Hundreds of them. My wife made us donate about 180 this summer, and it was like an episode of hoarders trying to pry each individual book from me. She was right though, we needed to thin them out. Plus now we have shelf space for more. Network cables. Boxes of Ethernet cord I can't bring myself to trash. Legos. I have a total of around 100 to 150 sets, rounding to about 50,000 pieces. Physical releases of games. 444 PSX games, 420 PS2 games, 474 PS3 games, of which 2 limited print releases, 718 PS4 games, of which 218 limited print releases, 251 PSP games, 74 Vita games, 31 Game Boy games, 19 Game Boy Color games, 70 Game Boy Advance games, 68 DS games, 46 3DS games, 44 GameCube games, 9 Xbox OG games, 49 Xbox 360 games, 34 Xbox One games, 98 Wii games, 70 Wii U games, 200 Switch games, of which 95 limited print releases, around 700 physical PC games that aren't bound to any online service, 8 C64 games and 1 Amiga game. Black clothing. An entire walk-in closet dedicated to just black sweaters, turtlenecks, skirts, and pants organized by material, sleeve, pant length, and season, accompanied by matching black shoes organized by heel height, open, closed toe, and occasion. Footballs. They were freebies that had to go because it was the last day of an event. We left with just shy of 100. 2 years later and we have only used about 5 of them. Used up pins. Ribbons and bows. This is ridiculously girly because I am surrounded by males. I live in a sea of Nerf darts and sweat socks. Tiny paper stars. Tens of thousands of them. I started making them since it helps me to do something with my hands when I'm anxious, and after about 20,000 I started making them without realizing. I have no idea what to do with them, and so I use them as packing peanuts whenever I mail things to people. Nail clippers. Like one in every room. And one in my car. And one on my keychain. I am prepared for any hangnail emergency. Balls of yarn. At this point my stash is worth thousands upon thousands of dollars. It takes up 2 entire walls of floor-to-ceiling shelving in my home office knitting studio. For every one ball I use I probably buy 5 or 10. I've started donating a bunch to a charity that runs knitting programs in prisons where inmates in turn make knitted and crocheted items for other local charities. Pens. If you lost your pen, it's likely I took it. I have an Utz pretzel bin filled with pens I never use. Cases. Shelves. Every flat surface. Sketchbook and journal. Steam games I've never played. Dice. For Dungeons and Dragons. Lightning cables. I have to be around 50. I have plenty of charging options. $2 bills. 150 and counting. Socks. Seriously, why do I have so many? Complete matching sets, too. Okay, this blew up. Thank you everyone for your comments. I've read every single one of them but don't have time to reply. Much love. Socks. Probably at least 30 pairs. Dice. I friggin' love D&D. Wired headphones. I don't have the tech for wireless ones, and after a few months go by, I end up buying more headphones because either the audio is bad on my iPod, or because I have to rotate the headphone jack to get the best sound. White hairs. My eyebrows, eyelashes and most of my body hair is white. I only have patches of normal colored hair on my legs, kind of a godsend. TBH, I don't have to shave my legs. I'm a ginger and no other gingers have this that I've seen. See? Taco sauce packets. But do you really ever own a taco sauce packet? Helicopter cyclic and collective grips. Phones. I used to work on phones for a living, and often if the repair was going to cost too much they'd leave the phone with me and abandon it. Or they would use another phone as payment. Now I have a box full of iPhones and an assortment of Android phones. Note-sized little pieces of paper. I reuse every sheet of paper that still has space to write on for grocery lists and notes and such. I have given piles of them to my local public library because I had too much and the paper keeps coming in. Origami cranes. Freak out. Bish to make a crane. Umbrellas. There are probably 5 in my apartment right now. I can't remember the last time it actually rained. Beers. I love trying new beer and sometimes go overboard when I'm out shopping. It's not uncommon for me to have over 1,000 individual beers at my house. Cables. I haven't thrown out a cable or a cord in probably 20 years and I buy a lot of electronics. Sharpies. Why the fuck do I have a full drawer of Sharpies? How did this happen? Thanks for watching. See you later.